So good morning once again.
Good
So
morning, sir.
I will just spend a few minutes to connect us back to that topic and then conclude the remaining part of it. And then we can now look at another topic. Uh,
Okay, sir.
so I was able to convince the other session that's supposed to be taking now to shift their class till around 9 a.m.
Oh,
So it affected some of them, but I think for now we should be able to have the classes 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. So we started looking at an important topic. I refer to it as an important topic because if you do not understand your data, there are every indications that you might end up not coming up with uh, good insights that could actually influence our quality decision making. That is why I told us that we should learn. In fact, it is a must, particularly if you are working with a data set that you did not create. So there are every possibility of you not understanding that data. And I said in the field of data science or data analytics, the standard is that when we are given data sets, the first thing we are expected to do is to inspect the data. And I give us a logic that will help you to know what to do while you engage yourself in that aspect of understanding your data. I said there are silent questions you need to ask yourself as a data analyst. Can you
yeah.
remember, can you remember one of the silent questions that led to, I think about two of them, that led to the practical we did that day? Can you remember one of the silent question data analyst
Okay.
must ask itself or herself?
Okay. One of the silent questions to ask yourself when studying your data is one, how many field or headers or attributes are in the given data?
Good. So how many fields? So let's assume that we are given this data set and you are trying to understand this data as a data professional so that you can draft effective or meaningful questions that will end up leading to deriving quality insights or decision making insights from the data. We did mention that you need to ask yourself how many fields or how many attributes. Remember, I qualified that with three good different words. It's either
Yes,
you
sir.
call them what? Field, that is the headers.
Yeah.
That
Or
we
attribute.
call attributes. There was another word again I used, features. Don't know
Yeah.
if I
And
included
features.
that. Yeah, feature is
Yeah.
there, right? Good.
Yeah.
So, and we deployed a technique. In fact, we use one of the Excel count function to achieve that. And I told us that we are not supposed to be counting them manually. You as a data analyst, you are expected to know the formula or the techniques to, discover all this information about your data set. So the first one we did was to deploy a count A function. If you remember, there was a reason why I said you use what? Count A, because I say count A counts any type of data. But if you use ordinary counts, that can only count what? Numbers. I hope you still remember that. I say
Yes,
use
sir.
what? Count A function. And then you need to define the arguments. And remember, I said something about argument. That argument is talking about the range between or from where to where, between which cell to which cell you want to count. And I said to explain
Mm.
that to a cell, you start by clicking on the first word cell where you have the first heading, which means that counting your heading starts from here. And then I said you hold down the control button and the shift button on your keyboard, and then you locate the right arrow button and press it. A cell will automatically what? Select the whole of the engage columns heading. So what do I mean by that? You can see that a cell did not select this one. Why? Because he knew that what? There is no value in this column. So the program is
Yes.
sensitive enough to know where to stop. Your own is just to activate the function, specify the starting point, and then run that shift, control and shift and the right arrow key, and then it will do the selection automatically. So if I press enter, and that has outputted what? 17 what? Attributes in this data set. So I was also trying to picture another reason why we should learn to know how many fields are in our data set. For example, you want to charge. Let's say this data is given to you based on contracts. You are not their full staff. So probably they sent you the data for you to do your analysis, then send back what? Your findings, which is your report, and then you get paid. Now, at the point of negotiation, you don't just bill them. You need to find out how wide is the data set. And that is where the word data frame come from. So data frame is like the measurement of the width and the height of your data set. Why data set is the collection of the data object and the data series. In this case, the word data object means the headings, while the word data series means what? The records. So that's why it's called data set, because this heading and the record under it is a set. This one is another set. This one is another set. So when you combine them together, that gives us what? What we call data sets. But when you are using the word data frame, you are looking at it from another perspective. And the perspective you are looking at it from is you are emphasizing on knowing how long. And for you to measure how long your data set is, it is when you know the numbers of headings, because the field actually define what? The width of your data, while the record defines the height of your data. So what we have found out now is we have just answered one of the silent question that says what? How many what? Headings are in this data set. What was the next silent question? I just want to make sure that I pick it up from where we stop. Check your notes if this was the only one we.
That was the only one we actually
Okay,
did. Where the
okay.
highest the highlight, the arguments which can be relative or
Yeah,
absolute.
it's still
Mhm.
part of what I just explained now. Okay, so the second silent question, so you can start writing now. The second silent question is how many records, how many entries are in the data set? Have you written that?
How many
How many records, or how
mm,
many entries are in the data set? How many records and how many entries are in the data set?
Yes.
So now you need to also find that it's still under your data inspection. In this case, you want to know the volume. You want to know how much records you want to analyze as a data analyst. So, which means that ordinarily, if you don't know some of these techniques, you will have been counting these rows one after the other because the whole of this is a record. This is another record. So each of the rows, they are what? Records. So now that we
Okay.
understand,
Each of the rows are
yes,
records.
they are record. Yes, each of the rows are record. So that question means you have to start counting them one after the other. But we are saying that as an advanced user of Excel, we should know techniques that can help us to count them automatically. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So like I said, how do we count the total numbers of records? Now, the techniques you are going to use, you will agree with me that the number of record in this column are equals to what? To the number of record in this column. So for that
Mm.
reason, I will just choose any of the column to do my counting. That same counting we are going to use. But if I am choosing a field with numbers under it, I will use count or use count A. Like I told you that count A can count both numbers and what? Strings, which means tests. Now, let's assume I want to I want to use the gross income to do the counting. So what I'm going to do is I can say, okay, I want to output the value here. I'll say equals to, then type the counts. So this time around, let's use ordinary word count. And the function syntax, always pay attention to the structure of the function. It helps a lot. If you look at the function syntax, it says value 1, comma, value 2, and then so on, which means that, yes, you have activated me. Now, can you specify the range of the cells you want me to count their value? So once you get to this point, you will now start also from here. Select the first one, and then you hold down the control button and the shift button. This time around, you are counting downward. So you are going to use the downward arrow button. So once you press it, it will also stop exactly where the last record stopped. I hope you are following. Then I
Okay,
will,
it's the same method of using count, count and shift key, and then the right arrow. That's the same way, but this one you're going to use the
the
down
down
arrow.
one. Good, because of the direction you are counting towards. That is why.
Mm.
I hope it's clear.
Okay.
So if I
Yes, sir.
press enter, then I go back, you can see that I have what? 1,000 record in this data set.
Mm.
Did you understand it?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, uh,
Sorry, sir. Please, can you redo that? Can you just redo it? Let me get it clearer. How you got the 1,000? Hello, sir.
please, I'm coming. I'm coming.
Okay. Okay. Access it. Mm.
All right. Are you still here, ma? Hello?
I'm
Hello?
here.
All right. All right. You were saying something, so I should repeat.
When you want to do the row count.
Okay, the row counting. Okay, so what we
Yeah.
actually did was I decided to output the results here. So you can choose wherever you want to
Yes.
access the reports. Then I just type equals to, and then I enter counts. And then after that, I specify the starting point by clicking on the first cell. And then I held down the control and the
How do you
shift.
enter the count?
You said
Sir?
what?
How do you enter the count? How do you enter the counts?
You type it now the way you type other function. You type equals to, you type count. That is all.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
You will just type
Yes.
equals to first, then you type count. What is happening is
Okay.
maybe this is what you are wondering. You see that as soon as I type equals to and I type count,
Type.
then it brought out the list of functions that have the keyword COU. So I just double click on this one to pick it instead of me
Okay.
manually opening the bracket. Maybe that is what you are asking, right?
Okay. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so once you have done that, you click on the starting point, then you hold down the control and the shift, the down arrow button, and then you hit enter, and that will count all the cells highlighted. I hope that is
Okay.
clear. So with
Yes,
this,
sir.
as a data analyst, you now have an idea of how many records are in the data frame and how many columns or headers are also in the data frame. So with this 1000, it tells you that the information are not really that much because you can have a
Okay.
data set up to like 1 million because Excel sheets, a single Excel sheet, like I told us the other time, can actually process 1,048,576 record per sheet. What are we saying? This is sheet 1. So if I open another sheet now, sheet 2, this same sheet 2 can handle that same number of record. So that is what we are saying. So imagine out of that capability, you have just 1,000, which means that there's still enough space. I hope that is taken. So let's
Yes, sir.
look at another silent question. Remember that all these questions are gearing towards us understanding the data.
The
We are just
data.
using these techniques to master the data. So another silent question you need to ask yourself as a data analyst is, what are the type of data under each of the column? Have you written it? What are the types of data under each of the column? What are the types of data under each of the column? It's very important. It's very important. Now, let me take it from the angle of programming. Yes, Microsoft Excel is an application, right? It's an application that was developed with the spreadsheet language, like COBOL, Common Business Oriented Language. Now, what I am saying here is, even though we are not seeing the programming end, we should know that in programming, there is what we call data type. When we get to Python, you will see us using these terms. Data types simply mean that different kind of information that a programmer uses to program. Different kinds of information a programmer uses to program. So there is no programmer that can write any program without involving data. So now let's bring it here. So that tells me that each of these cells, they are container, they are variables. Because in the same programming, we were taught that variables stores values within a program. Variable stores value within a program. So which means that as far as Excel spreadsheet is concerned to you and I as data analysts, as far as Excel is concerned, all these boxes you are seeing, they are variables. Why? Because they are the container holding different values within the spreadsheets. So the spreadsheet is the entire workspace here, from here down to the last one. So all this says they are data holders. So which means that as I'm selecting here and I want to know the name of this variable, in other words, I want to know the name of the container that is holding this value. I check here. Remember, we have discussed here the formula bar. So the name of the container holding this value is G4. So if I click on this Yagon, the name of the variable holding this is what? C4. So what you have here is the collection of variables in an array holding different what? Value. Now, we have what we call string, which means text. We have what we call numbers. Under numbers, we have integer. We have integer. Under number, we have integer, and then we have floats. I am talking about data type now because of that silent question that you should find out or identify what type of data is this? What type of data is this? So as we proceed shortly, you will understand why it's very important for you to know whether these informations are integer or they are what? Floats. Then the first one I mentioned is what? String. All right? So let's work with these three. I think we have another one, dates. Good. So let me just focus on these 4 data type to answer that question. Now, string means text or characters. That is alphabets. That is the meaning of what? String in programming. Why integer means what? Whole number. Number without decimal units. They are called what? Integer. So for example, 90 is an integer. So if you can hear me, okay, let me just finish this so that I'll ask this question. Now, floats, they are number with decimal units. For example, now 90.30. Once it has decimal point, it is not an integer. It becomes what? A float. Now, I am asking you, this information that you have here, are they float numbers or integer?
They are floats.
Good. Why did you say that they are float? Let me know whether you have your reasons.
Because they have decimal units.
Perfect. Now I ask you again, what you have here, are they float numbers? What you have here, are they float numbers?
Yes, they are the same float numbers. Yes, sir.
Good. What about here?
This one is integer.
Perfect. So we need to understand that. So what is that silent question again? Understanding the type of what? Data under each of the column, right? Now,
Yes, sir.
I ask you, this payment now, what type of data is this?
This one is string.
Perfect. Good. Now, I'm still looking for here, what type of data is this?
This one is numbers.
Good. It's not number. Yes, it's number. That is a integer, right? Because they are not,
yes.
they don't have decimal unit. But
Yes.
ordinarily, look at the title. These information are not supposed to be in this format. These are dates. These are dates. It is the Excel, the process of me converting it after downloading it from that cargo, that the format changed to integer
Number.
instead of
Integer.
date. So this is one
Okay.
of the things you must know how to do. But that will be under what? Data cleaning. Because something
Okay,
is
sir.
not right that you need to correct before you start your analysis. But before we get there, if you want to correct this the same way, I'll select all the values, Control and what? Shift, and then what? Press the down arrow button because I want to correct all the what? The values there. Now, once you have done that, you now go to Home tab. From Home tab, you come to where you have General. I will still explain that when we get to data cleaning properly. And then all you need to do is to click on what? More number format. I can pick it from here. What we are looking for now is dates. If I can find dates here, I can pick it from here, long dates. But I can also expand it and then select what? That I want that information to be date. You can see that as soon as I
Okay.
click on dates, it changed. So once I go back now, you can see that what? I have corrected them. So now this is date
Okay.
formats, which is this one now. So date is a reserved word in a cell. In other words, it is an it has its own inbuilt format. I hope you understand this now. Now, with this explanation, we have been able to answer the third silent question that will help us to understand our data. Now, I want to also talk about the fourth silent question that will also help you to know how you are going to go about drafting your analysis question. Now, the fourth silent question is understand dependent variable and independent variable. Understand dependent variable and independent what? Variables. Now, the word dependent means what? There are some value that when you are analyzing, they depend on other value before you can use them to draw meaningful insights. Did you understand that?
Yes, sir.
That is for dependent. While independent are the value that other dependent variable are relying on. They are called what? Independent. For example, if we are asked, if the company wants you and I, they want to know the statistics of the 5% tax paid per country, sorry, per city. That is
Sorry,
what?
sir. Sorry for taking you back. Hello, sir.
Okay,
Sorry for
all right,
taking you back so that we can flow together.
all
For the
right.
dependent, what exactly did you say? For the
Dependent,
dependent, what
dependent
exactly did
are variable or values in your data set that rely on other variable during analysis. Have you gotten it?
other variables?
Yes,
Okay.
they are values or variables that rely on other variable during analysis.
Yeah.
Good. Now, why independent is the what? The opposite. The one that do not rely, the one the other one rely on. That one that the other ones are relying on is the what? Independent. Is that clear?
Okay.
So it's one of those things we need to understand as you want to start your analysis journey. Now, I was trying to conceptualize it by relating it with what I have here so that you understand it. Now, let's
Okay.
assume that as a data analyst, the company wants to, this is 5% tax paid by each what? Customers. For example, this person paid this amount, this one paid this amount, depending on the cost of what they are
They bought.
buying. Good.
Yeah.
Now, the company now wants you because the cities are repeated. You can see Yangon here, you can see another Yangon here, you can see another Yangon here. Now, they want you to perform analysis that will tell them the sum of all the what? The 5% tax paid per what? City.
Yagon.
No, let's say per city. That is Yangon now. Yangon is one of the city.
Yeah.
Napito is another city. Then they have
Yes.
Mandalay. There are 3 what? City
Cities, yeah.
where these transactions happen. So probably they have some money they want to invest and they want to know the ratio of distributing what? The money. And they want to base that on the performance of their sales across these 3 cities. And they ask you as a data analyst that you should summarize the value here per what? City, which means that what? The summary of for a number to be sum up here, it depends on what is selected what? City. Can you get the connection now?
Yes,
Dependent
sir.
and independent. So now I ask you, between task and city, which one is dependent? Which one is what? Independent? Based on that question, summarize the value here per what? City.
Okay, the tax is dependent on the
Good.
city.
Shikena. So you need to understand all this. These are part of the thing. Okay, if I'm going to perform analysis of maybe summary of this same 5% per payment method, because there might be a decision that they want to make based on this different payment method. There might be some complaint. So, and they want to know whether they are to discard any of this payment method and zero on the one that is working. But they will not just make that decision without the report of a data analyst. They are going to first of all consult you that give us the statistics of people who made payments with what? E-wallet, cash, credit card. Then when you present your finding, maybe e-wallet is having 1,000. Sorry, it cannot be 1,000 because the entire data is what? 1,000 from what we just counted. Let's say e-wallet is 300. Let's say cash is 500. Let's say credit card is the other percentage. So that insight will now tell them that what? E-wallet is what? Is leading.
300.
But they will not just conclude. That is what data analysis is all about. You cannot just conclude because one variable is doing better. You still need to find out why other ones are not doing better. Are there some factors that will have make some of them that the company can put in place that can make other one to improve? Remember when we were discussing the types of data analysis? Can you remember the type? Descriptive word analysis that raises a question, right?
Mhm.
Do you still remember? If I'm
So
to test you now, do
descriptive,
you still
yes,
remember? Are
yes.
you sure you read your notes yesterday, preparing for
Okay.
today? You know, I told you that descriptive analysis will always bring a question called what? How? Sorry, why? One, that will say what?
Okay.
How did it happen? Then the other one, the diagnostic, we raise a question, what? Sorry, the first one will raise a question of what happened. What happened?
Yes.
Then you will now start finding out what really happened. That process of analyzing what happened is called what? You are diagnosing.
Diagnostic.
That is why it's called
Diagnostic.
diagnostic. And then the
Yes.
predictive will now raise a question of what? What will happen? Right? Good. So
Yeah.
now I believe with the little explanation I've given now, you cannot differentiate dependent variable and independent variable. Is that clear first before I proceed?
Yes, yes, yeah. But for
Okay.
the independent now is what I want to be sure.
Okay.
Sure of dependent now, but the independence is what I need to be very clear about.
Yeah, it is very clear. Now, all you need to do is this. Once you identify the dependent, like this scenario that I use now, task, the summary of task value depend on what? The selected what? City.
On the city.
Right? So which means that this is relying on this city before anything can be done here. Exactly. So which means that this is in the...
Your voice is breaking. Yeah, I'm just hearing in between words. Your
Okay,
voice is
can you hear me now? I
breaking.
hope it's not network from your end. Can you hear me? Please
Okay,
confirm.
yes, I can.
So what I'm saying is that if the summary of values here depend on
Mm.
the selection of a city here. It
Yes,
means
yes,
that
sir.
this is depending on this. So
Yes.
a practical example is you as the parent and your child. Your child depends on you for now until he or she grows up and be able to cater for he or herself, right?
Yes.
Good, simple as that. So that child is relying on you in terms of finance, in terms of decision making. So you are the what? You are not depending on that child. I don't know if you can understand with this explanation. You
Yes,
are not
yes,
depending
yes,
on that.
yes.
Good. Though
Okay.
it will become vice versa, time to come. Maybe when you get to 80, 90 years, the whole,
Okay, but from what you explained now, does it mean that the city is independent?
yes, perfect.
Okay.
City is not depending on this because the analysis is not done here. The
Yes.
analysis is done here. Are you getting
Okay.
it now?
Yes, sir.
So the analysis cannot take place until you pick one of the cities. So the city is the major what is facilitating the result you are going to get here. Simple
Yes,
as
yes.
that. All right.
Okay.
So far, so good. We have been able to. So with all these ideas, the four of them that are given us, we can boldly say that when next you are given a data set, you know what to do before you start drafting your analysis question, that you need to understand the data and you are also familiar with the techniques on how you can understand your data. So now that we shift our focus to a different topic now. So remember that we are following the standard procedures. What are the standard procedures? One, data collection. Remember the notes. Data collection, which I said is just for you to what? To sort out the data. That does not really mean you are to create the data. Now, we have downloaded the data from what? Open source called what? Kaggle. Now, we now step into the second procedure, which says that, okay, once you have your data, you understand, you study what? The data. And that is what we just concluded now. Now, the next thing is for us to begin to ask ourselves that while you were studying the data, are there any errors you discover that will now lead to what? Data cleaning. Am I communicating?
Yes, sir.
Good. So the next topic is what? Data cleaning techniques in Excel. So at least you have seen the connection now. That is why when you are studying, like now, it was in that process of understanding data that you and I got to know that what? This wasn't right before, right? So
Yes,
just
yes, yes.
imagine you did not engage yourself in that study. You wouldn't have known that, oh, there's an error. So, but the only error we have here now is that one which we have corrected, but I am going to assume some errors because you can find them in your data so that I don't skip the techniques required to resolve them. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So data cleaning techniques in Excel. Data cleaning techniques in Excel. So let's look at the definition of what is data cleaning. Though I know we have summarized it before, but let's look at what is data cleaning. And then I also explain the necessity. Why is it important to you and I as professional data analysts to always learn to examine our data, and if there are errors found, you delete them. Now, data cleaning is the art of perfecting your data before analysis. The art of perfecting your data before analysis. The art of perfecting your data before what? Analysis. Have you gotten that? That is
Yes, sir.
good. So the art of correcting all the necessary errors, removing errors from your data set, because statistically, it is very dangerous
for you to analyze erroneous data, because that will definitely lead to erroneous what? Statistics. And you know the damage that can cause the organization. I don't need to say much. I have already established some of these concepts from the beginning. So you ensure that what? The data is error-free. So now we are not going to look at the data with our eyes or use our hand to correct this error once they are found. We are going to also deploy different what? Methods and some functions to get that done. So we are going to be assuming these errors. So the first one is the one I have done now, so that I quickly know that we are done with that. The first one is what? How to format record with date format. How to format record with date format. So that is one of the major errors that you can encounter, just like we had it this morning. So for example, now let's assume that I have not corrected this. I am given this data set, and the format is not in the date and time, let's say, or date format. So what do? You will simply highlight it. Highlight, remember your first step, highlight the range. And I hope you are noting down your point. Highlight the range. That is, by now, when I use the word range, I believe you understand. From where to where, the arguments that are involved. So I'll click on the first one and then hold down the control and the shift, then press the what? The down arrow button, because I am highlighting towards what? The bottom section of my data. Right? So once you have achieved that, the next step is for you to go to Home tab. So once you get to Home tab, you click on under number group. You click on this drop down. So while you are seeing the date there, because that's is the last use command. So if I take it back to general now, everything comes back to the way it were before. So let's say a data set is given to you like this, and you know very well that these are not number, these are what? Dates. So you cannot proceed with this. You have to change the format to the right format. So you click here, and then you now select more number formats. And that will give us a dialog box like this. So from this dialog box, I will click on number, because sometimes it might bring you here. It might bring you here. It might bring you here or here. But you have to ensure that you are under what? Number. So from number, you locate dates. It can be time as well, just like the way we have time now. You can see that the time also is not well set. These are time. This is not a float. So we are also going to change. We'll come back to time to change this particular aspect. So once you have ensured that, there are different dates formats here. You can see them. So you choose the one that will spell out the day before the month and then the year. But I just want to use this because this one goes with the global database what? Date method, which start with what? Year before what? The day and the what? The month. So I'll click, and that's what we transform it. So I follow that same process to go and change this, because I discovered that this is not also right. So go back to the same home, then click on the drop down, or let me show you another way, and I believe you have already understood this one. If you forget and you have forgotten how to use this method, click on home, go to where you have formats under cell, and then click on format cell, and that will also take you to that same what? Dialog box. Then I will just go to time, and then I'll choose my time format. So I can just stay on that. So you can see that what? I've also what? Corrected this error. Alpha, have you gotten it? Hope it's clear.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Do you have any data set there? Do you have this particular one? Or do you have anyone that have date and time format? If you don't have, it means that I have to find a way of sending a copy to you so
The
that
ones I downloaded
they have
in my
data
raw,
there.
I need to check.
Yeah, you open one of them. Open one of them. You
But
are joining with your laptop now today.
yes, sir.
Good. So open one of them because at some point I want to give you some tasks
Okay.
to perform.
Let me open. Sales data. Let me open this one with sales data. I've opened.
Okay, so
I've
if you have opened now, I want you to share your screen.
How
I
do I
hope
share the screen?
good. Now that Zoom panel, where you can see audio, video, participants, chat. Can you see what I'm mentioning now? That
Zoom
Zoom
panel.
panel. That
So I
Zoom.
should go back.
No, now where you are now, if the Zoom, there
Okay.
should be Zoom panel where you can see share. Can you see share? Can you see pause? Can you see participant? Can you see video?
I need to maximize it again because I minimize it to go to my.
Okay, I do that. I do that. Do that. Yes. Do that. If you can see that section, can you see that panel now?
Maximizing it. I'm struggling to maximize. Show full screen. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Yes, I'm there
What can you
now.
see? If you
So
are there,
where do you say I should go?
tell me what you can see. Let me know whether you are there.
Audio, video,
Good.
participants, chat,
After chat, what
react,
do you have?
share.
Good. Hold on. Now click on that share.
After
Click on
share.
the share. Yeah, click on that share. Click.
Okay.
So
I've
once I
clicked
stop
it.
sharing, yeah, hold on, it will come up.
Did I say I should just share it? Because there's a
Yes,
column. After clicking, I saw share again.
yes, click on it. Click on that share again.
Okay.
Good. Now you are coming up. Good. So I'm on your screen now. I'm seeing your screen here. Now, what I want you to do for me is that column for discounts. Let's assume that is dates. Okay, I think just increase that column that says dates. Just increase. I believe you know how to increase. Good. Just expand it. No, you are increasing two of them at the same time, or you can as well double click. Perfect. Now I want you to change this format back to general, and then you bring it back to date format because right now it's already in date format. But take it back to general. Now do not include the header. Leave the header. Just start your selection from the first cell. Click there. Hold down the control and the shift as we have been doing it. Hold down the control. No. This is too local. This is too local. Click on the first one. Apply some of these techniques I'm training you. Now, what you do, click on it, hold down the control and shift, then go and press the down arrow. Hold down the control and shift and press the down arrow. Perfect. So get used to all these techniques. Now, go to home now, where you are seeing dates now. Oh yeah, follow the step. I believe you were following me. Let me just be observing. It's a classwork. Why are you scrolling up? I don't know.
I'm just seeing other things covering what if I click on home, there are audio, video,
No, drag
chat.
it down. Just click anywhere and drag it down. Drag it down. Let it be at the bottom.
Okay.
Have you
Okay,
achieved
I've
that?
seen.
Oh yeah, go back.
Yes, sir.
Now go back and do what I wanted to do.
Okay. Okay, now I'll now go to from home. I'll go to where again? Where am I supposed to go?
Place you are seeing date. That place you are seeing date. Up, good. Click on it. Then select general. Select general first. Select general, the first option. So let's assume that this is the error my data had the other time. Let's say the data came like this. And you know quite well that this is not number. These are dates. So let's go. Change it back to date now. Let me know if you were following.
Here.
Okay, good. Perfect. Click OK. Just click OK, except you want to change the format to another one. Just click OK. All right. So I believe you have mastered this one now. So we practice again, because data will be given to you, and by the time you read them, you have issues like this. Now, I want you to unshare. There's a place where you are saying stop sharing, like showing red button, right? Stop sharing. Can you see it? Good, perfect.
Yes, sir.
Now let me share my screen so that you can proceed. All right, so we have just learned one method or techniques of resolving a problem that can be in our data, which is what? Changing what? Dates format. Now, another task under data cleaning is how to split. I hope you are writing how to split value in a cell. How to split value in a cell. Have you taken that? How to split values in a cell. Are we still together, please? Can
Yes,
you
sir.
hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now,
Yes, sir.
yeah, I'm with you. Now, what I'm saying is this. Let me just demonstrate it with a different sheet. Let's say, so that you understand how it works. Your data must be given to you in that format before you can actually do what I want to show you now. Let's assume that I have Prosper. You know, in a cell, I am given the name like this: Prosper space Eloho. These are my two names. These are my two names. And when I want to start my analysis, so this is supposed to be surname, or first name and surname. And at the point of data entry, they join them together as name. So this is coming under what? Name. But in my analysis, in my data, I want this column to be surname, while this one should be what? First name. So I will now change this to what? Surname. And then I'll say here is going to be what? First name. All right? But the data has been given to me in this format. So how am I going to separate this Prosper to be here, while this one to come to this column automatically, without me manually retyping, deleting this? Because this is what you will do. You delete this and then come here and type what? Eloho. So instead of me doing all that, what I will do is this. It depends on what is separating them. What is separating them matter. Right now, I want you to unmute and tell me what is separating Prosper and Eloho. I want a feedback from you before I proceed.
I don't understand. What do you mean by what is separating them?
Are they joining together, the two words?
Yes, they are together.
They are not together. Are they together? Let me show you that they are not together. Watch
Okay,
now.
there's
Are they together like this? There is what? The space. Are we? Good.
Sir.
Now, if I come here and I add a comma, what is separating them?
The comma.
Good. Now, this is where I'm going. Now, let me remove that comma and then I leave it like this. Now, for us to do that, your steps, select the cell. If there are more, let's say we have them like this. You want to split all the second name to come to this column automatically. So you highlight the range. That's your first step. Highlight the range. Remember the topic, how to split cell value into what? Column. Highlight the what? The range, just like I've done now.
The same format of Control Shift and down arrow. Same.
No, it's not the same format. I did something else. I duplicated it. That is what? what I have here, I repeated it across, and that is called autofill. I thought you must have known that from your basic knowledge. That's why I'm like, except you react now. It's called what? Autofill. Autofill is different from selection like this. Autofill is where you have a value in a cell and you want to duplicate that value across other cells. Then how do you achieve it? This big plus, you position it on the dotted edge. Once it can show you this small plus, you hold it down and drag. What it's going to do is to duplicate that same value. Did you understand it?
Yes, I know this. I know
Okay,
this.
good. So I just want to quickly manufacture some values so that I use it to show you what I want to teach you. Now, the idea is that we want all this Elo. Though in a real data set, they will not be the same. There will be different names. We want them to come inside what? The column first name. So I said step 1, you highlight the range. That's your first step. Step 2, you click on Home tab. That's your step 2. Click on what? Home tab. Sorry, click on Insert tab. Good. Click on Insert what? Tab. I'm not sure it's here. Let me check here. Let me check. I'm looking for text to sometime must have collapsed with an icon, but I should be able to find it out. Text to. The longer I use this function, but I know we'll find it out. Let me check whether text to column. That's what I'm looking for. Let me check all this icon. Text to column. Where is this command hiding? Check all the ones here. Check your own there. You want to find. You see text to column. Text to column. Okay. Command text to column. Have you seen anything like that? Text to column.
Oh, I'm not really. Let me just.
Let me see. Text to column. This version. This version does not have it. I thought I've confirmed it. Okay, let me just.
This was nice. Need to minimize so I can also look for it. Okay.
Text to column. Where is this command hiding? It's supposed to be under. Let me expand this.
What you're supposed to see text to column,
Text to
right?
column, yes. Have you seen it?
No.
Text to
Select
column. That is the command. Text to column. It might be here but hiding with an icon based on my window. Let me see. That's supposed to be. Let me check my other comment. Just give me. Let me check my other system and see if I can quickly sort it out. I know that. Let me come in. I'm trying to open a cell on my other system. Let me see. This column does not used to be hidden. So let me see. Except if the version, because I upgraded the different versions. So I want to check from another system. Let me
Yes.
just give me
Right.
a second. Have you seen it?
I say text to colon. The text is TEST, right?
Yes. Test to column. Come in. Let me find it. Can you hear me? Hope you are seeing it. Okay, now we have to get under data. Data. Under data, you can see what? Text to column. Now, if I click here, it's going to ask me what we call delimited, which means what? Characters such as commas or tabs or separated each word. Now, which means that if I want to, you can see it has given you the format, how the current entry appears. That was space is what is separating them. Now, if you go to next, you will now choose the mode at which the data, the values are separated from each other. Since we have identified that the values are separated with space, which of these options do you think you select?
Try to maximize again. The thing is just giving me, I minimize. Went back to.
Okay.
So I'm trying to.
Okay. So when you are ready there, let me know.
So how do I maximize? Oh, the thing is, I don't know.
Maximize what?
Okay.
I thought you said you are
Okay.
familiar with Zoom that time.
I've seen it. I've seen it. Don't worry.
So now, look at this. I'm asking you now that based on what we identified that these informations are separated with space, which of this option will you select? You go right now is on tab.
Yeah, okay.
Which of this option do you think you are going to select?
The semicolon, comma, space, others. It's not others.
Look at this now. I thought we identified something before we started the process that what is separating Prosper and Eloho?
The space
Good.
now.
Good. That is the option here. Can you see space here?
Yes,
I just
yes,
wanted you
sir.
to know whether you can identify it. So you select it, then you click on next, and then you click on finish. You see what happened now? Automatically.
Yes, sir.
You see that what? Because of
Yes.
now, if it was like this, let me show you. Let's assume that they are separated with comma. And let me also replicate some of them here.
Your internet is unstable. Is it me that is talking to you?
Can you hear me
Your
now?
internet, I can hear you.
It's you.
But
It's your own. It's your own. It's your own. So now the values are separated with comma. And if we go back to that same data and select text to column, and then select this option, next, which option are we going to use now? Here now, which option are we going to use?
comma.
Good. We use what? Comma. And then click here, then select what? Finish. So that is the logic. So I want you to share your screen and do one for me. Remember the same process on how you share your screen. Share your screen, highlight one of the value and separate. Let's see.
I'm supposed to share my screen again with him. Share your screen, please. Let's share. Okay. Okay, I see my screen now.
It's coming up.
This one again.
All right, so I can see your screen now. Yeah, go ahead. Now let's look for data that have two value. I think you will just use which one has two value here. Okay,
I think you will use region and sales rep. That column of region and sales rep. So separate them because there are two words there. Separate them.
Region. Where is region assessment? Region.
The
Yeah.
last
Which
column.
of the
The last column. The last column.
okay. Okay. Is it what? Okay. Okay. Go and busy. Let us talk. Region and sales column. Okay. Like control. Incidentally. Go to that. Oh, this meeting is being recorded. I need to just say okay.
Are you sure it's space that is separating them? I don't think, is it semicolon that is separating them? Look at, always identify what is separating the values, not hyphen Bob. That's what I'm seeing here, not comma, neither space. Hope you are taking note of that. Hello, I don't know if you can hear what I'm saying here.
I can hear you. I'm trying to know what
The
to
format
choose.
is not there. It's not there. That's why they gave you that text. Look at that space here. So click there. Good. Click there and see whether the one, I think, is that hyphen? Does it look like hyphen?
One is comma. The other one is hyphen.
Yeah, it's hyphen that is separating.
It's not hyphen, no.
Oh yeah, delete what you have there. Type your own. Type that hyphen. I believe you know how to type it. Okay, it's not.
It's not. It's not. There's a column for none. Maybe I'll just click none. Not none.
I click on none. Let's see what you get.
After none, I'll just click next.
Yes. Then you can see that the separation was not done because from here you will have seen, just click on it and see. Click on finish. Click on finish. At least by now you will have seen the preview. So it didn't work. So go back again. So we should be able to see. Let me see if I can help you to sort it out here. Try using that tab, but I'm not sure if it will work. But let me just try.
I use others now. This is what is coming out.
You use
You see
others.
now, it's not coming out.
So I'm trying to check something for you here. There's the column. Now, what you do is this. Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Okay.
So go back to that interface. Let me show you what you do. Click. Next. You cannot click on finish yet. Now, you will uncheck that tab and stay on order. Stay on order. Stay on order. Then inside that box, put the hyphen there. Type the hyphen yourself from your keyboard. Click inside that box. Type the hyphen. Have you typed it? I'm looking for where it is on your keyboard. So you can see that it has separated now. Now you click next. Click on next. And then click on finish. So perfect.
Okay.
So that order is for any sign that is not among those defined one. So that's why they give you that box. Are you following? So you know that you have to go and give another header to that other one you just created. You have to
Yes,
give
sir.
a title. Good. You have to give a title. So what we are trying to say here is that there are times that you'll be given a data set to analyze where you have to, based on the analysis you want to perform, you may need to separate some things like this before you can focus on exactly what you want to base your analysis on. So that is why we are looking at it. Now you can stop sharing. You can stop sharing and then let's see how we can add. I just want to see how we can conclude the data cleaning techniques. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
All right. So the next thing we want to look at, still under data cleaning, is let's say you are given a data set like this, and you want to restructure the data. Probably these values, they are aligned to the right-hand side, but you want to align them to the center of the cell or to the left side of the cell. You can see all these are aligned to the, sometimes if the header is long, this value can be totally off from the header. So how do we do that? That is what, how to realign cells value. How to realign cells value. That is the next data cleaning structure. Remember technique. Remember that I told us that the moment you tamper with the data you are given, once you remove one thing or you change the appearance, what you are doing falls under what? Cleaning. All right. So since we want to realign, now I'm not focusing on the headers. I just want to focus on the values, alignment within the cell. So I will select the entire data frame except the what? The headers. So how do we do that? Equivalent to the one of the technique we have used. So I'll select the first one like this, hold down the Control and Shift, and then I'll first of all go horizontally like this, and then I'll press the down arrow button while I am still holding down the Control and the Shift. Then down, that will select what? The entire data frame. Hope you understand that logic. Or you know it before now. You understand that logic, right? How I'm able to select. Did you? Your voice is breaking.
I do. I understand it.
Okay, good. So now, once you have done that, you go back to your Home tab, and then these are your different alignments. So these ones are for, one is for vertical alignment, one is for horizontal alignment. So what I need now is this. So the moment I realign this, you can see that what? This value that were here before, they are now aligned to the what? To the left-hand side. I can choose to align them to the center based on the arrangement that will give me the visibility that I want to be able to see what I'm looking for. All right. So now that is one of the techniques you need to know. Another one is how to switch column what? Positions. That is the third data cleaning technique. How to switch column what? Position. For example, while you are trying to restructure your data for analysis, you might find out that where you want customer to come before city. So which means that everything we have under customer should come to where you have city, and everything we have under city should come to where we have what? Customer. Now, if you do not understand this technique, what we are going to be doing is to delete the whole of this and start what? Retyping. So that is what I mean by what? How to switch the column what? Position. So how do we do that? Now, you will find out that each of the column has alphabetical what? Representative. Like this D now, if I click on this D, it automatically selects everything I have in that what? Column, including the empty cells that are yet to receive what? Value, not just where your record stops. And that is the one you have to select. Now, once you have selected it, you position this big plus on the edge. Once you can see those first arrow, you drag it. Make sure as you are dragging, you are not going down. You are dragging it what? On a parallel level. Then you drop. What you have done is that you have taken that one out so that you can click here and bring this one in here, and then you can now come back here and take this one what? Back. Did you understand what I did now? You can see the way I was able to switch the column value seamlessly. I hope it's understood. Let me hear from you. Are you still here? You are muted. I need a response to be sure.
Not clear. Not clear.
Okay. Pay attention, please. Now, what we are saying is this. Now, we want to switch the position of this column. Where we currently have city, we want customer to be there. Now, you have to take this one away first. If I don't want to take this one, let me go with the method I've shown you before. And how do I select everything that I have in that column and temporarily what? Keep them somewhere first. You click on the letter, and then you come to the edge here, the selection edge here, the border. Then you hold down the left button on your mouse, and then you drag it to an empty column just to create space for this customer you are bringing here. Now, once you have created the space, now the next thing is for me to move this one here. So to move this one here, I will also select the alphabet that represents it, then use the same border line and drag it here. And then go back to the one I suspended somewhere, which is the city, select the R that is representing it, and then drag it back to that space that you have created for it. Then once you get there, you stop. Is it clear now? Maybe I should allow you to do it. Share your screen. Is it clear? Now try doing it. Let me see. Maybe if you are encountering any error, I can correct you better. Share your screen. Let me watch you doing it.
All right.
Drag. When you are dragging, you have to drag it straight. You have to drag. Don't go up and down. Just make sure it's straight as you are going. And you shouldn't drop until you get to where you are going to. Just hold down on it. Keep moving until you get. Just hold down on it. You are not right-clicking. No, you are not right-clicking. Just hold down on it and start dragging it to move. Just hold down. Hold it down. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. Don't drop. Do not drop. Just keep moving until you get to you have already dropped it halfway. Once you have picked it, there's a message on the screen. Just cancel it first. Once you have picked it, you keep moving until you get to where you are going. Don't stop. No. That is not where to click. The edge, good. Hold it on it. Keep moving. Don't drop until you did not pick it. If you pick it, I should be seeing that icon. You did not pick it. Once you, oh yeah, good. Oh yeah, hold it down. Good. Oh yeah, move, 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 move. You are dropping it halfway. Are you using your mouse pad on your laptop or external mouse? Maybe that is why it's dropping.
My mouse, not I'm not using my mouse.
Okay. Oh yeah, drag, 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 drag. Just hold it on it. Make sure you don't drop. And move, move, hold it, hold it. No, no. Once you are seeing this big plus, you are not dragging. You shouldn't be seeing that big plus. That big plus will have disappeared. Good. Oh yeah, move, move. Oh, I wish maybe the mouse you are using. If you are using external mouse.
I'm not using the external mouse. That's just the thing.
That's what I'm saying. But you have not really mastered. You can still do it easily just because you have not mastered the usage of that mouse. If you are master, it can still work very well. Just for you to press down the left button and keep moving. Move, move, good. Drop. It's too much. But you start looking for it now. Or you go and move the other one. Then you now come back and take this one back the same way you just did it now. Go back there. That space that you created. Move the next one to it. Here is the space you created. Okay, good. Or you just shift that. This one should be very simple for you because you are not going far. You are not, no. Once you have seen that big plus, you are not on it. Okay, good. Now you go back now and take the other one and bring him back to. I think this is it. This is it now. How many of them you move?
Just one.
Okay, oh yeah.
Is this one?
Okay, oh yeah, let's go back. The same place you position it now, the same edge. Good. Oh yeah, hold it down and move. Keep moving. Don't drop. Once it's not going, you know that you have dropped it. You have dropped it. You have dropped it because it's not still moving. No.
Just to drag it. That's all.
Drag it. Good. Keep going. Keep going. Once you touch that edge, keep going. Don't worry. Just touch that edge. Touch that edge. Let it move. Then come back a little. While you are still holding it down. Oh, you have already dropped it. I know it's challenging if you are using the other mouse. Now, I'm going to show you something. This is what we are going to do. Hold on. Okay. Just stop it. Just Control Z. Let return. Let me show you the way of doing it so that you can do it. Just Control Z. Keep pressing Control Z. Let everything return to their initial positions. Control Z again. Control Z. Keep pressing Control Z and go. I think everything have returned, right? Now, let me share my screen and show you how you can, when you are facing that kind of challenge. Unshare your screen so that you can see mine. Can you see my screen now? I hope your panel is not still covering it. Can you see my screen?
It's trying to open.
Okay.
Yes, I can see it now.
Okay, so now this is what you do to avoid this kind of issue because the distance is too much. That is the issue. Now, if I want to switch this now, I'll click here. And then click on Insert. Come here. Remember under Home. After you have selected it, click on Home. So from Home, I'll go to Insert. What do I want to insert? Column. So you see that I just created empty space now. So instead of me taking it far. So what I will do now is, remember the challenge is for me to just bring this one here. And then this one will just what? Come here. So you can see that with this, that I can now come and delete what? This particular column. So I only added it so that I can use it to swap them. So once I'm done, it should be empty. So I'll select it also and then come back to Home tab and then click on Delete. Specify what you want to delete. I want to delete that column. Did you understand that logic? It's better. Did you? Or?
I did. I understand. It's clear.
Good. So where you have that issue. All right, so can we still add, should we stop here? I don't know your program. I know you have so many programs. This is 8 o'clock, 3 minutes past 8. And I need to relax. I need to relax a bit before I start the other class. That I left 1 hour interval between. So we still have, let me just take one more on data cleaning, because there are some of them that we will complete while we analyzing, because the next class we should be able to start analysis. So anyone that is remaining, I will either bring them in during analysis, because definitely we are going to use more of these techniques when we start analyzing data. But at least we have to have a foundation. We have to know some of the key ones before we start the analysis, and that is why I'm taking them this way. So let's just take this last one because it's also very important. How to delete entire column or record from your data set. How to delete entire column or record from your data set is part of data cleaning. Is part of data cleaning. Now,
Entire column or what?
or record, entire column or record from your data set. Now, in the course of your analysis, because all these things that I am, presuming or assuming, they are challenges you encounter. As an experienced data analyst, I've encountered all the challenges. That is why I'm like, okay, since you are just coming up, let me quickly expose you to them, because there are situations that will call for them. Now, if, for example, you are trying to reduce your data, after understanding your data, you now discover that you have too many headers. And meanwhile, some headers are not playing any role in your analysis. For example, I have drafted all my analysis questions, and I have nothing to do with time. I'm not analyzing time. Why would the time column and its value be there distracting me? Because when I am looking, I'll be paying attention to that column. Why don't I just remove it from the data? Or in all my analysis question, I'm not going to do anything with rating. That is not what the priority of this company in terms of making decision is. So why should I have all of them in my data frame? So how do we now clear them off is the reason why we are learning how to delete what? Entire column. The step, you identify that column you want to delete. You click on each what? Alphabet. The alphabet representing it, in this case, is L. Make sure you don't select like this. If you select like this, you only delete the value. The space will still be there. I want to delete the value and the entire bucket. So you click on what? The L. That selects everything. Now, once you have done that, then you now go back to Home tab, and then you click on what? This. Now, Excel will be able to understand, read your intention if you click here, because it knows that you are selecting a column. But if you want to help Excel, you can click on the drop down and categorically specify that, okay, it's column that I want to delete. Well, as an expert, after you have selected, you don't need to tell Excel, just click on the icon direct, because Excel knows what is highlighted. So I've cleared the whole of that column. I want to clear this one also. I'll click on the letter P that represents it, then click here also. I've cleared it. I want to delete this one. I will just click there also, then click here, then click here, and then you clear all this. Now, it can be a record. That's why I said we are using one stone. It can be a record, not just column. And I just want to cite a scenario where you might be asked to delete entire record. You have employee that is no longer working with the company, and you are given a salary payroll data set to analyze. Why will you be analyzing that person's value? So you, first of all, maybe the company have told you that, well, you see, this person is no longer with us. Remove this person. It could be customers that have become dormant, that have not transacted with you for a long time, and you are sure that the person is no longer calling. Why should you have them in the system? So you can just say, okay, let's identify the first step. The first step, how to delete record now. You identify the what? The record you want to delete. So let's say I want to delete record with this ID. You click on this, the sys. The sys is what we select the entire row, while the A is what we select what entire, the alphabet is what we select the entire column. So once you identify it, you don't highlight it like this also. Just click on the letter, sorry, the number representing it, and then you go to that same place, you click here. So if I still want to do as if I want to help Excel, that is when I will now come here. I say, okay, it's row that I want to delete. You don't need that because you have already highlighted the area you want to delete. So just go ahead to what? Delete. So I've removed that record. I don't know if I'm making sense quickly. Did you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So another thing again is that they might ask you to add a customer somewhere within your record. Your boss can just come now and tell you, okay, add another customer. Let the customer come between this person and this person. They are not telling you that you add a new customer, at the bottom. They are specific about the particular location they want you to add it. So how do you do that? So you select the very one that is currently using the space where you want the new one to occupy. Like in this case, if it's going to be between this and this, so what is currently using the space is this. So once I have clicked here, then I will now go to that same insert and select what? Insert what? Row. Did you see it now? So it will shift that one down and give you what? That empty space. So you can now fill in the person's detail. The same thing for column. There might be an omitted column, maybe address, and they say that the address should come between branch and customer. So how do you fix it? So you click, okay, you identify the one that is currently using the space. Is this one? Because they say the address should come between this and this. So this one need to move. So how do I do that? Click on the letter also. Click on that same word, home, then come to insert, then select what? Insert column. So you can see that what? I have added what? Extra column. So these are minor things you should know before you start dealing with your analysis. So I'm going to stop here. So your assignment is when the video gets to you, you play everything again with a data, try and perform all this before the next class. I hope that is clear, ma.
Sure.
All right, so we just want to get a review from you as one of our students. So so far with the classes you have received so far, what can you say? Can you recommend this platform for anybody to learn data analytics skill that you are learning?
Yes, sir, I can do that because it makes the work easier,
Okay.
and then it will give a more reliable and effective reports when analyzing any data that is given to you. Or maybe you are still working with a company, just as I am doing. It can be easy for me to analyze data. Those things that I'm finding difficult for some time, at least I'm getting relief from this.
Good.
And with the practice that you said I have to do before the next
Yeah.
class, it will also help me know if I am acquainted with the ones you have already taught now.
All right. So now, so help me to write this topic. The topic we'll be looking at in the next class. The next class we'll be looking at how to design navigation, data analysis, navigation dashboard. Let me write it down so that I will know exactly where to start from. We'll be looking at data analysis, navigation dashboard slash data analysis, navigation dashboard design. Data analysis, navigation dashboard design. Have you written that?
Yes, sir.
Slash analyzing data with Excel basic statistical functions slash analyzing data with Excel basic statistical function. All right, so that will bring us to the end. So just in case you come across this video on our YouTube page and you want to reach out to us, you can reach out to me directly on +234 7069665919. You want to also contact us via our website. You can reach us. You can reach us via www.digitechz.com.ng. Madam, I want to know whether you have subscribed to the YouTube page. Have you subscribed? No, you must have gone there to watch one of the videos. Have you subscribed?
Subscribe. I'm just normally sent on the WhatsApp. That's the one I normally go through. I'm not really subscribed.
Okay, so once I send you the video link, once you click on it, will take you to the YouTube page if you have followed the link. And when you get there, you subscribe. When you subscribe, you will get updates. So when next I upload, you will get a notification that I've uploaded, not until because at times I can forget not dropping it. But once you subscribe, you always get a notification that you just uploaded a video. It might be other classes video, because there are other data analytics classes that are going on. So you might see other classes on the same topic. You can watch, okay, how he treated it with these people, because most time the training differs based on the questions some persons are asking in a group. So you can just try and subscribe. And then if you want to subscribe with us on YouTube, just type @DG. This is what you use to search on YouTube. Digitech Zeal Hub. So we are also on the Facebook with this same account. We are also on the TikTok with this same account, but TikTok, you will just add dots. You just add dots on TikTok, so you can find us on this platform. If you want to also follow me directly on my personal Facebook page, where I also give a lot of updates regarding to organizing free training, because at times this platform usually organize giving back to society. We call it giving back to the society that is blessing us. Sometimes we come up with free training. And I'm not sure that you are in a DigitechZ WhatsApp community group. Madam, are you there? There's a WhatsApp group where we have all our followers, where we give daily updates. Are you there?
I'm not.
So I will send you the link now. I will drop the WhatsApp link so that you can click and join. We give a lot of updates there, a lot of updates there. All right, so thank you very much. See you on that should be Monday. So Monday, let's try and join on time so that we can use the 1 hour very well. So gradually we are entering the analysis. So we have learned how to get data, how to study the data, how to clean up few things from the data, which we are going to learn the other ones as we carry on with the analysis. And then the next class will go into analysis. We will start with designing a navigation dashboard. They will learn how to link, how to connect, how to create buttons that when you click on the button from this sheet, it takes you to a report. So because when you are presenting your report to your boss or to a company, sometimes you can just stay on a particular sheet you are talking about your data, and then you click on a button, you take them to where you have done some analysis, click on another button, you take them to where you have done another analysis, and that is how you'll be navigating as if you are browsing in a website. So that is what we are going to look at in the next class. So have a blessed weekend, ma. See you on Monday.